Welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be our May 2020 budget. And I just want to invite you guys to sit back, grab your coffee, grab your pen and paper. If you're taking notes on anything that I'm doing, any strategies that I'm trying to share with you, it will be lovely. So let's go ahead and jump into our May. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? My name's Shakima. I'm a single mom. I have 4 children, 2 girls, 2 boys, 1 fur dog named Gracie, and we have a fur grand dog, and his name is Agro. We're living our very best Dave Ramsey life around here, and you guys, we have been doing the thing. Now, I do want to just briefly explain, we've been doing Dave Ramsey. Now we are going into our 10th year. With that being said, we are working on the baby steps. So baby step number 1 is to save $1,000 for your emergency fund. We have checked that off the box. We have done baby step number 1. Baby step number 2 is to pay off all your consumer debt with the exception of your home. We have checked that box. We have done that. We are currently working on baby step number 3, which is to save 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. So all of your household expenses, when you look at everything that comes out of your paycheck every single month, everything totaled up, 3 to 6 months worth. For my children, that's between $9,000 and $18,000. We are nowhere near that at the moment, but we are slowly working towards our goal. So during everything that has been going on over these last couple of weeks, it has become very important and paramount that we work the baby steps, that we get our finances in order. Now, with our stimulus payment that came in April, we went ahead and chunked that into our baby step number 3. That was very strategic in helping us be able to have 1 month's worth of expenses. Without the stimulus check, we would not have been at that goal. Going into May, we actually get a supplement. I get my supplement twice a month, teaching supplement. I get half in October, which is at the beginning of my teaching year, and I get the other half in April, which is at the end of my teaching year. And so we're going into May 1st, into the month of May, having gained a supplement. So I wanted to just explain those couple little things to you before we jump into the budget and start looking at the numbers. So I'm using the MYMT personal budget sheet. I'm using it right now through Google Sheets because my Microsoft is not working on my computer right now. Prayerfully, I'll be able to get it all fixed very soon. I'm also going to start saving for a new computer. I put that on hold. My son may be getting a new computer and he might give me his old one, but I told him to take his computer to a computer place and see if they can kind of figure out why it's doing what it's doing, and maybe he could save that money. So I'll just start a fund for a computer and it will be totally fine. If I don't get it right now, I'm able to use Google Sheets and it's no problem, or I can use one of the kids' computers with no problem. So I just wanted to give that little bit of background history before we jump into the budget. Alrighty, you guys, so here is the budget sheet for the month of May for the year of 2020. So I did this budget a little bit different than normal because I'm getting a different amount, and I know I'm getting a different amount for the month of May. Again, at the end of April, I get the second half of my teaching supplement. So for this budget sheet, I went ahead and filled in the budgeted amount for the month of April, what I usually get for the month of April, right? Right here, you actually see the actual amount because I put it in, but here's what I'm normally budgeting for. My normal paycheck is $2,900 and about $33, about round about that. So here are my income categories. I have payroll deposit. I have kids deposits, which is my child support. I have YouTube payments or Google AdSense. That comes around the 21st of the month. I have travel reimbursements, which right now I'm working from home, so no travel reimbursements. I have unexpected gifts, monies, blessings, and funds transferred. So once I put this number right here, $2,933, that's going to be my income for the month, my total income, my budgeted income. So that's why that number appears right there. Then I'm going to start putting in my expenses for the month. What do I think I'm going to spend? Or what in the past has traditionally been what I've been spending on bills. So my mortgage is $947, my electric is $112, my water is about $70, my cell phone is $113, my internet is $75. I am having some lawn work done this month, so $60 here. I am also going to have the house pressure washed. And then Mr. Jerome is going to come. So I'm going to budget in about $250 for that, for those two things, having the house pressure wash and Mr. Jerome to come back out and do a little work for me. Then for my lawn care, that's actually going to change to $80 because my lawn went up $10. And I have a pretty big yard. So I'm going to move down to my regular payments. Now I know my PureFlix is going to re-up in May, so that's $99. I already know ahead of time I have to pay that. My Health Wage Gym, they've reduced my rate for 3 months because right now we're not able to go to the gym, but they also gave us access to online workouts. So we have that for the next 90 days. Taekwondo for the kids is $325. So we're doing online Taekwondo classes with the kids twice a week. They go to 2 classes a week, which is a few classes less than what they normally they go 4 days a week, and they go to at least 3 classes a day. But because we understand that our dojang is a small business, and that family is in the thousands of small businesses that are not gaining any income during this thing that's happening right now, we are still choosing to support that Taekwondo, and they are doing lessons online. So we are perfectly okay. Moving down, my grocery amount, I'm going to leave that as $300. I am not sure if I'm going to take $50 off for a gift card. This is a 5-week month, so I may not do the gift card this time just because I have 5 weeks in this month. So I'm going to check my calendar. Let's see. Well, I actually only have 4 weeks. 4 Wednesdays, 4 Fridays. Nope, it's not a 5-week month. It's just a 4-week one this time. So 4 weeks at $250 is like $62.54 each week, but I'm going to try and do the large stock up and see if I'm able to pull that off, and then keep out a little bit for eggs, butter, cream, and some fresh veg. So I'll work out those numbers at the end of this video and see how I'm able to work that out. Moving down, personal care for hair and nails. Normally I budget in $60 for that. Kids miscellaneous, I would like to save $200 of their child support. This usually goes into their savings accounts. For Gracie, I did budget in $40 for food, but we're actually not going to have to buy food this month because my friend who orders from Chewy.com, they sent her the wrong size food. It's the same exact food that Ma'am eats. However, her dog, Teddy, weighs about 3 pounds. Ma'am weighs about 42 pounds. So she eats the large dog formula, and her dog gets the small dog formula. And they sent her large dog. So they are going to send her something different. But she did not have to return the food that she already purchased. So she's going to bring that over. But Ma'am does have to have her heartworm test done in May. So we're going to just go ahead and leave that money there because I have to pay for the heartworm test anyway. moving down, for gas. Okay, I'm working from home, teleworking. So the $250 for gas, I don't have to use. I am going to have to put that money into baby step number 3. I'm going to shuffle around because when I added in for Mr. Jerome and Handy Mandy, I'm a little bit over right now. So I got to figure it out. Moving down, my tithe and offering under giving is $500. We are going to do a love offering to St. Michael's this month at $30. And then I would love, love, love to put $200 in my savings account for baby step 3. So moving down, that gives us a total expense of $3,666, which means we're about $733 off of where we need to be. Now, when you're doing a true zero-based budget, you've got to make these numbers meet. You have to make that number say 0. So now I've got to go back in and start figuring out where I'm going to shave my budget. And at this point, I'm not real sure. So let me see. Okay, I'm going to take my savings out. I'm going to take my love offering out. I'm going to go up and take out my gas because I'm not driving at all. I'm going to take ma'am's money out. I'm going to take the kids down to $100. Hair and nails, that can go because we're not going anywhere, at least for the next month in our house. Well, let's see how much money I need to... I'm over. Okay, now I'm only over by $53 once I took out all those extras, because you want this number to be 0. You want this number and the top income number to equal the same, which will make this number a 0 number. Okay, I'm only over $53. So let me go back up and figure this out. So my groceries, I can say I'll do $250. $112 on my cell phone. It's usually like $112 and some change. Okay, I think I'm still over by $2. So let's see where I am. Yep, I'm over by $2. So I'm gonna, what I would normally have done, especially when I was working on baby step 1 and 2, I would take it from my groceries. So I'm gonna make that $248, and that should give us a 0-based number. That should be 0. When that is a dash, that means it's 0. So I'm gonna drop this back so that you can see this view. So here we are. We have everything that is there. And now you should see me down at $0. And that's how I'm rocking this budget this month. So when you know what your budgeted money is going to be, and you know you're not going to get any more money, you go ahead and you make those adjustments because you want this number to be 0. However, because I know that my deposit is going to be $4,218.39, I'm going to be able to put in savings. I'm going to be able to put in my hair. I can get ma'am stuff done because we get that supplement. Now, my supplement is about $1,800. And about $600 of that is taxed. So when I did the math, it's about a $1,200 difference in there. That's going to help me recoup some of those items that I have yet to pay. So I'm going to work this budget right here and figure out all of the things that I'm going to need to pay. And I'll do an update next week to show you what I have paid for the first week of May. So I've yet to pay any bills. I haven't paid any bills, but I do want to talk through my groceries. So right now I have, or I will have, $4,218.39 to work with or to budget with. I need to pay at least $2,933 worth of bills. If I add everything back in, I was at $3,600. That would leave me about $600 left, where I could still put that into my savings account, which is my, that's what I'm planning to do. So let me walk you through my groceries and how I'm planning to allocate that money. All right, so the way I'm going to work this budget, and again, I said I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to put anything aside for my summer groceries yet, because out of my main paycheck, I just want to make sure all the bills are covered. Now, of course, Dad is going to send in child support. So $325 of what comes in is actually my money, because I pay Taekwondo up front and Dad recoups me on the back. Now, he doesn't tell me what to do with the child support. He just knows that I have Taekwondo expenses, and so I'd rather just recoup myself. So if I have to on the back end, I could always take a little bit until I make up my $325, which I can then turn into summer grocery cards. Now, if you're new around here, you won't understand summer grocery cards. So let me explain it to you. I am a public school employee. I work for 10 months out of the year. I work from August until June. Now, in August, we actually go back like the last 2 weeks of August, but they pay us a full paycheck. So I have to make up those 2 weeks in June. And so that's how I get paid a full 10 months. Several years ago, they started, they took us from getting paid 12 months, where they would spread out my whole annual salary over 12 months, and they crunched it into 10 months. And it was at first a challenge for me, because I was so used to getting paid in the summer and I had to figure out how to work it. But with them changing it now, and I've been on this for several years, I'm able to figure it out. But that means I do not get paid in June or July. My last paycheck of the school year will be May 31st, or the last working day of the month, which for me will be May 29th. So that will be my last paycheck of the year. With that being said, I don't get a paycheck in June or July, so I still have to have expenses. So what my bank has done over the last couple years is they do something that is called a summer share account. I tell them how much money to take out of my paycheck for 10 months, and then they split that amount of money into 2 months for June and July. So I make about $1,000 less every month, for June and July, than I did August through May. However, I do not tithe in the summertime, because I tithe off of my full annual salary in a 10-month period. So I give 10% off of my gross income in 10 months. So anything I'm able to give in June and July, that's offering for me. And, you know, my pastor knows, well, he doesn't care. But I've already worked that out with the lady who does finances at our church. I've always told her, you know, she does not regulate my money, but I always like her to be aware of what's happening, because traditionally in the church, giving is less in the summer. People are on vacation, they doing whatever, and sometimes giving is less. So that's how I handle giving in the summer. Anything I'm able to give in the summer is considered offering, because I've already tithed off of my full gross annual salary for 10 months. Now, when I was paying my debt, when I was in baby step number 2, it was a challenge to be able to have grocery money, because I was very focused on paying the bills. Now, I coupon and I buy yellow tickets for meat. I get the deals. I get the buy 2, get 3 free, all the things. And so I was still having a challenge making ends meet. I was at like $100 a month, which is $25 a week. And for 3 people, that was an indeed challenge. Being keto, it is another challenge, because I could probably go to Aldi and buy meals. You know, I could traditionally buy enough for 7 breakfasts, 7 lunches, and 7 dinners with $25, but it's going to be very carb heavy and processed. And I try not to do that if I'm able. So over the years, what I've tried to do is put a little bit aside for summer groceries if I'm able. This is the first year that I've ever had summer grocery cards going into the summer. And the reason I buy grocery cards is I want to make sure that what I buy with the cards are groceries. If I get a Walmart gift card, I might be tempted to go to Walmart and buy something other than groceries. So I always get a gift card to the grocery store, and then I have them in my grocery card holder for the summer, and one is for each week. So I try to do $50 for 10 weeks if I'm able. I don't have 10 yet, but I'm close. I think I have 6 or 7. I'm close. And so I do want to continue to do that. And as I said, as child support comes in and I do what needs to be done for the kids, then I'm still able to take a little bit and get my grocery cards. Also, I'll be able to do a little bit of stocking up. I just believe in having a well-rounded pantry and having all the things that we need. We never know what's going to happen down the line, if we're going to be able to feed our families or have to feed other families. And so when I was a recipient of food pantry items, it gave me an appreciation for the people who work the pantry and the people who have to visit the pantry. I would have never thought that I would be one that had to go to the food pantry, but I was. And so I've seen so many people just in the news who's saying, I never thought I would have had to be here. And me either, but I was, and I had to go to the food pantry for about a year, off and on, trying to get things together. Now that I'm together, I'm able to feed my family and help feed somebody else's family. So if that means a little bit of stocking up for me, it's perfectly fine. I just want to make sure that we have what we need and we're able to be a blessing to somebody else. With that being said, I've got $248 that I'm trying to deal with. I want to make sure that I do my large stock up so that I'm not going to the grocery store all the time. And meats really it's hit and miss. So I want to be able to get what I can. So here's what I'm going to do, because I have 4 weeks that I've got to figure out. I want to be able to have about $20 a week for eggs, cream, butter, and any type of a veggie that I need. So I'm going to say 20 a week. That's $80. So I'm going to subtract $80 from here. That's going to give me $168 to play with. Now, because I do have my supplement, or I will get my supplement, I'm going to throw back in the $50 that I would have gotten for the gift card that I had to take out because I was trying to balance that line item. So what I'm going to do is put that 50 back in. And that's going to give me $218 for my large stock up that I'm going to do in a couple of weeks. And then that will give me $20 each week, which I will get out in cash. I'll get all my money out in cash. So I'm going to get out $298 or $300 in cash. And I'm going to spend everything except $80 in a big, large stock up haul. And then I'll have $20 each week for butter, heavy cream, which is things I buy every week. So butter's like $4. Heavy cream is like $2. So $6. And then the rest can go for fresh veg. Jackson always likes a fruit. I always try to get some broccoli or cauliflower, because those are the things that we consume quite often, all the time at our house, actually. So that's how that's going to work. With that being said, I think that's going to take care of all of the things. So cash categories are groceries. And ma'am, I'm going to get her money out in cash because I've actually got to take her to the vet to get her heartworm test done. And I think I got to get some flea meds for her. So I'm going to do that. And I do have some money in her sinking fund I can't remember how much I have in the sinking fund just now, but I will need to get her heart flea meds, because she has Heart Guard, flea meds, and her test. She doesn't have to have a rabies shot until next year, so we're good on that, because she got the 3-year rabies shot, so she's good. At least I think she's good. And if she has to have it, we'll get it, because there's a little extra there, so it won't be fine. It's going to work out. So then I think that's all I'm going to have to do. I'm able to do online giving at my church. I'm able to do online giving at St. Michael. And then I just pay all the rest of my... Oh, I am going to get cash out for Mr. Jerome and Handy Mandy and the grass. So again, just talking... See, I like to go through my budget because I've got to keep abreast on what I'm doing. And I almost missed a couple things. So 300, ma'am was 40, Handy Mandy and Mr. Jerome was 250, and grass was 80. Now that's a rough estimate. Mandy gave me an estimate. Mr. Jerome, I have an estimate. I may be a little more or a little less. I'm hoping to be a little less, just depending. But I wanted to make sure that I could cover both things that I needed. And I'm only having it done because Mr. Jerome is going to do, we have like this wooded kind of area that it grows up weeds and stuff. And I have it done once a year because we're getting into the spring weather and I don't want any snakes to be out there and stuff. I don't want anything to kind of surprise me and the kids. So I'm trying to get that cleaned out. And again, he's got all the equipment because there's some weeds and stuff, some tall little tree saplings that need to be cut out of there. And then I'm going to get him to just kind of rake all of the old dead stuff out and then just spray down a weed barrier. And then I've got a tree back there that needs a little more trimming done. So I'm going to get him to work on some of that. And then that's going to be great for us. And then Handy Mandy is going to pressure wash the house because it has not been done since we lived here. And today is actually the day that we have been in our house for 4 years. Somebody did ask me to do a video on how we got our house, and I will be filming that very shortly. But today is the day that we got our house 4 years ago, that we moved in. So praise the Lord. It's been a journey. We've enjoyed it. It's been a blessing to us. And I'm very excited. And then, like I said, the guy who comes to cut my grass, he's at $80 because it went up $10. And he does the weed eating. He does the grass. He'll haul stuff off if I need it. So it's perfectly fine. He cuts it now about every 3rd week. I was getting it done every 2 weeks, but it's not really been growing as much. So he comes about every 3rd week. So I might, you know, recoup some in here as well. I've got some ants in my front yard, some ant piles, and he's been treating those as well. So that's helping me out a little bit as far as the yard is concerned. May seem a little bit high, but with Jackson's allergies, he cannot cut the grass. And I'm sitting here every 2 minutes scratching my nose because my allergies. So we just cannot go out and cut the grass or we would be in a terrible mess. And so we don't want to do that because we don't want anybody not to be able to, you know, look at us crazy when we out, because they actually have to have allergy shots this week. We don't want anybody looking at us like, oh my God, what's wrong with them? It's just allergies for us. So we try to take precautions where we can. We're in a high allergy season. And fortunately for us, his shots seem to be working. His allergies are a little bit better than what they have been. So again, he's getting 3 shots. Last time he only got 2 shots, but he's getting 3 this time. And so that's helpful. Sister gets 4. He gets 2, sister gets 4. I mean, he gets 3 now, sister gets 4. So I'm trying to keep him healthy. I'm trying to keep him well. And I can't afford to get him sick. So that's why we're paying for the grass. Because I know some people say, well, teach your son to cut the grass. He cannot cut the grass. It is not well. His asthma is not. I have controlled asthma because I can control it. His asthma is, let's go to the emergency room and potentially get booked into the hospital. We just cannot play with that. And he's been in the hospital more times than I care to count. And I don't care to go back. And so there that is. I carry an EpiPen for him. I don't even carry an EpiPen for sister. But I do carry an EpiPen for Jackson because we're at a place. So, anywho, that's it. Just kind of a general rundown of the budget. I did make some changes to my sheet at the bottom, along the bottom where it says week 1, week 2, week 3. I've changed that because I want to know what my days are. So, whatever my dates are, like the first week, it's not even technically a week. It's called March 26th through May the 2nd, just because it's that last week of March going into the first 2 days of May, which is a Friday and a Saturday. Then we move over to Monday, which is the 5th. So I'm leaving it that way. That was a good update for me to make, and I'm perfectly fine with that. You do your budget how you need to do it. Make your numbers work how you need to make it. Don't feel like your stuff has to mimic my stuff. It doesn't. It just has to be done. Give yourself 3 months of budgeting. 3 months. Give yourself 90 days. Sit down with your budget, your spouse, your partner, your person that has vested interest in your finances for 90 days. And I promise you, you will begin to see some changes. When you write it all down, you put it on your computer, you make adjustments, you say, oh, I forgot this. I was working with somebody yesterday on their budget, just another one-on-one. And they were like, oh, I didn't get that number. And here I am, I'm punching in numbers. They're punching in numbers on their side. And my numbers came out right. Their numbers were off at least by $200. So you need somebody there to help you. If you need help, reach out. Send me an email, send me an inbox, whatever you need to do. I'm always happy to meet with someone and do a one-on-one. I'm getting ready to schedule a Zoom class for Saturday for those who are interested in doing budgets. So anyway, there it is. Excited to hang out with you guys. Excited to share the numbers. Excited to be on baby step number 3. We have just not been on this step before, and it's exciting. I'm also going to share with you guys, when I do my budget update, a sheet that I've been using to track my grocery cards and to track my baby step number 3. Shamika helped me make a printable. I actually just use it in Google Docs, and it works out just fine. I've also shared that with some individuals who asked me, so I'll give you an update on how that's looking. So anyway, there it is, our monthly budget for the month of May. We do hope that this information was helpful. Remember, budgets are subjective to your income and your situation. Nobody can tell you how to budget. Nobody can tell me how to budget. We can offer kind suggestions because it may be something that we didn't think about, and let it be what it is. So anywho, there it is, our budget. If you like this video, be sure and thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribe and hit that little button for subscribe. We'd love to have you as a part of our YouTube community. Also hit that little bell. That way you never miss an upload from us. I have heard though from several of my subs that they kind of got unsubscribed. So make sure you are subscribed. I don't know. Sometimes if you've been inactive, YouTube will kick you out and they will delete inactive accounts. Don't know that that's your testimony, but it could be. So make sure that you are subscribed, hit the bell so you never miss an upload from us. And thank you again so much for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Bye now.